from each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are, from memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried, and with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight, reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I'm Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 113th Disney feature-length film from December the 14th of the year 1973. It is a film called Superdad. So Superdad is the final film of the year 1973 here in December.
Not to be confused with Superbad.
No, that came out in
I don't know why, but I always think of that when you say
30-ish years later.
Yep.
Superdad. Superdad is starring the legendary Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes and all those other TV shows that my dad and mother love to watch. It is also the return of Kurt Russell, Joe Flynn, and Kathleen Cody. Would you like to start us off with a synopsis about Superdad, not Superbad?
A father tries to help his daughter meet better friends, only to find his meddling backfires after he finds out that his daughter's friends are the best thing for her.
Yeah. Having a good group of friends is important.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to learn that because he didn't have a good group of friends.
Yeah.
Any opening thoughts or facts about Superdad, not Superbad?
I had never heard of it, but I did constantly think of Superbad when you would say the name of it. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it was pretty comical. I would recommend watching it.
Spoilers. Any facts about Superdad?
Mm.
Fact number one, this is not Superbad.
Yeah, this is not super bad. So it was actually on the shelf for a year before Disney decided to release it. The film flopped when it was released. Not really sure why it flopped when it released, because it actually was funny. I feel like we both laughed several times. And then Kathleen Cody and Kurt Russell, like you mentioned, also played boyfriend and girlfriend the same year in Charlie and the Angel that we reviewed a few films back.
This is Kathleen Cody's last film, though.
For Disney? Or altogether?
Sorry, for Disney.
Okay.
But yeah. So I think she had like a 3-film deal or whatever.
Okay.
And this was her final.
What was the first one?
Snowball Express. She's the daughter.
That was her? Did she have a different color hair?
I don't know. Look it up.
Maybe it's because she definitely bleached it for this one.
Yeah.
And I think it was very blonde for the last one too. Now I want to know.
This film had like inappropriateness of couples more than most Disney films. There's like making out, scantily clad bikinis for the year 1974.
Yeah.
But while you do that, you want me to go ahead and dive right in?
Sure.
All right. So again, Superdad, from December of 1973, deep dive number 113. So we start off with some smooth, soft music playing as a young couple stands on the beach during the opening credits. Yeah.
She definitely bleached her hair for this other role. It was not as blonde. It was more of a natural blonde than what it is in the other films.
Nice. So
maybe that's why I didn't recognize her.
couple on the beach during the opening credits, We then see a father sleeping,
Mhm.
and we see a little kid enter the father's dreams about her birthday, and then they have a party.
That
It's
was
very creepy.
super creepy.
Yeah, it's go ahead, talk about it. It's incredibly creepy
It
and
felt like something that was coming out of The Shining.
nah,
It
the
did.
poltergeist.
I've never seen the Poltergeist, so
Yeah,
I
like
can't relate it to that.
he's just like dreaming about this girl.
And it's just like
It's a different
I
kind of
don't know,
dreaming of a girl that's doing bad.
the lighting, the way it was filmed for the lighting of that scene, and then like her creepy little kid voice. Daddy?
Can I have a party? Yep. So
It's like
it's really creepy. He's dreaming of what we found out to be his daughter. But then, while they're having a party for this girl in this dream, we also see a boy come and give the girl some flowers.
mhm,
And then the father, who's played by Bob Crane, is awoken by the sound of a car.
yeah,
So he's no longer dreaming.
mhm.
He opens the door to see, so he basically gets dressed. He goes downstairs because he hears all this noise. He goes down and he sees his daughter and Kurt Russell's character making out on the front porch.
Art.
Bart, yes. Same love interest as Charlie and the Angel. And I wrote that this film is already very adult with a lot of making out in small bikinis.
And yet again, another film where the dad doesn't really like Kurt Russell's character.
He's like the bad boy. He's a Disney bad boy.
Disney bad boy.
Whatever.
Do you think he's
He's
this
done with around.
generation's Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Probably. Um, so next day, the dad, whose name is Mr. McCready.
Mhm.
I refer to him as the dad. I refer to him Mr. McCready, whatever. Mr. McCready is at the office
Mhm.
and he's dealing with a screaming boss. Well, I first thought he was a boss, but he's not. He's just like he's like a
partners, I thought.
no. Mr. McCready is a lawyer representing this dude's firm. So he's like a client, a lucrative client, basically.
Oh, the guy that plays the professor? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like he's upset
Yep.
and he's represented by McCready and the other guy.
Mhm.
So whatever, this dude's screaming at Mr. McCready, who is very sidetracked, thinking about something else. Um, the guy's all mad about something about unions. He's got a bad look about unions. Um, the next scene, it cuts to the young couple that we saw earlier. They're again oogling for each other. But she is talking about the future and possibility of scholarships.
Mhm.
So basically, they're graduating high school, and like this whole big friend group is always together, which I love. I love a friend group, but they're talking about like what if somebody gets into like
Different
Huntington College, which is like the good college, but they're like, no, don't worry, we're all going to go to the state school, right?
Mhm.
Anything else on this?
I feel like this would have not been your friend group, though.
Oh, my friend group will just be like, see, I'm going to this college. See, I'm going to this college. See, I'm going to this.
No, because they go to the beach a lot.
Oh yeah,
You
I want
hate
to go
going
there.
to the beach, so I feel like you'd be like, oh, I have something else to do. Like that would be the one time he would turn you down.
I mean, I would go and play frisbee or something. But another friend comes to the group and he wrangles everybody up to leave because he's the one that's like driving them all.
Stanley.
Stanley, you can talk about Stanley in a second, but like they all cram into an old ambulance, very like hippie commune-esque. They sing a song about Los Angeles. Sing a song about Los Angeles. Would you like to talk about anything about Stanley? He's a good
He
friend.
he is a good friend. He has several jobs throughout this entire film. It's pretty much always being a driver of something. So he does a lot of driving, and it doesn't mean he's that great at it, but that's usually his go-to job is he gets a job and drives for a company, and then he'll get another job and drive for that company, and then something will happen and he'll get another job, and Lord behold, he's driving for that company. He has a very high-pitched voice,
Yeah.
but as sweet as can be.
Yeah, so basically he's like the dude who
It's
drives
the heart of gold.
he's the dude
It's a Saint Bernard,
that drives them all around. Yeah, roly poly.
which is such a weird name for a big dog, but
he's the dude who drives them all around. So when he gets fired from a job for driving around all his friends, he has another job where he can drive around all his friends.
yeah.
But currently he works for a ambulance service. So they all climb in there, whatever. Um, Bart is just hanging out the back on a surfboard, very unsafe. Um, he screams at the upset boss guy from earlier, messing up his golf putt. And so, but then when they all get to the house, Mr. McCready is like trying to like ask him like, "What are you all doing? Like you don't
Mm.
have any responsibilities." But then Stanley gets a call from the ambulance company that he has to return. He has to get to work. Basically, he got caught for doing what he's doing, and just the parents are not happy with their daughter's friend group. They're not very happy with
I don't think the
boyfriend Bart.
mom necessarily cares.
The mother is the grandmother from Seventh Heaven.
Well, I never really watched Seventh Heaven. I don't even know if I've ever seen an episode of Seventh Heaven, so I could have not told you that. But I don't think the mom cared as much as the dad.
Mhm.
Because I feel like she most of the time is trying to get him to lighten up and like leave it alone. So I don't really think she was against them going out and having fun together.
Yeah, but the dad sure is.
Yes, very
So
much
so that night he's like falling asleep and he's watching a TV show about like the generation gap.
so. Hmm.
And it's about how like basically how to change a father's relationship with a daughter and become part of her life, which makes him start to think. So then he begins to start to join Wendy and her friend group and things. You want to talk about that, or you want me to just dive right into it?
So he decides he's going to join in and be one of them so that way he can bond and relate to them more. And basically, if he can relate to them and have this connection with them, he can be a role model for them. Instead of just judging them like he had heard on the TV. And he just inserts himself and he's just having a terrible time, but his screams make it so worth it.
Yep. So he decides he's going to join the friends. The first place he joins them is the beach. Um, he attempts to play football with the group, but he embarrasses himself and his daughter. So then he decides to run out into like the high tide, like the high waves. After more hijinks, he again embarrasses himself.
Hmm.
Um, and then Stanley somehow has obtained a boat, his father's boat. So then they all end up on the boat, including the father. He's watching Bart water ski. So then the father's like, Mr. McCready's like, I'm going to water ski too. Again, he fails and he embarrasses himself. He hits like a ramp and he goes flying off into the air, hurting himself. The next scene, the group is watching like a homemade video of the father embarrassing himself on the water jump, and they're all laughing at that kid's old house, or at his own house.
Yeah, and the mom told him, "Oh, that's just the kids. They're watching a funny movie." Do you think she knew like exactly what they were watching
Yeah, she
when
watched
she?
it. She was down there.
Oh, they're just watching a funny
Yeah.
movie, but like to the extent that she knew exactly what it was.
Mm. Um, so he decides to call Stanley's father, but it doesn't go the way that he hopes. Stanley's father's like, look, the kids are going to be kids, whatever. So Wendy wants to have a birthday party because she's getting older, and she always has a birthday party, but they're not allowed to have a beach party. They're gonna have the house. They're gonna have a party at the house that they always do. We always talk about this birthday party.
They have this birthday party. There's music playing.
They're all
They're all
hanging.
downstairs just dancing, slow dancing. And um Stanley, Stanley and the girl he's dancing with, um, kind of stop dancing and they kind of walk over to the side and they turn off the lights. Then they turn off the music. And everyone's still just swaying back and forth. But the dad wakes up and he goes, "Do you hear that?" And the mom's like, "What?" And he's like, "Nothing. I hear nothing. I have to get up." And she's like, "No, you promised you wouldn't go downstairs." And he's like, "Nope, I'm going downstairs." And she's like, "Nope, you promised." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go get some water." "Well, you can get water up here." "No, I like the downstairs water better." And then he falls over
He trips over Stanley.
over the banister thing and hurts himself.
Yep. So he ends up embarrassing himself again in front of all the friends. The next day, he's still sidetracked, so there's more problems in the workplace.
Mhm.
And his coworker, like his attorney friend guy, is talking about how successful his three daughters are,
Mhm.
and how they all went to Huntington College. And Mr. McCready's like, well, my daughter's going to state college with all their friends. And the guy's like, she can't go to state college. She needs to be successful and marry successful and go to Huntington College. And he's like, well, we're gonna pull some strings. I'm gonna call this one guy that I know, and it's gonna pretend that, and they're gonna make this whole entire thing about how she
Got a
got a
scholarship.
scholarship as long as you paid all up front or whatever.
Hmm.
And Mr. Kree's like, it's not gonna work, and the guy's like, it's gonna work. Just
Yeah.
have her ask for this one dude or
But I
whatever,
don't think he didn't think it was going to work. I think he was like trying not to do it because
not to
I think,
pay.
no, I think he knew he was doing something wrong. So I think that was him. The vibe I got was his conscience was trying to be like, no, this is not the right thing because I'd be lying to my daughter and da 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 da. So I feel like he was trying to do like a morally good thing by saying, no, we can't do this. And the guy just kept going with it.
Whatever. So he gets home from work and he sees that Wendy is with the mother, and they are in shock about the acceptance to Huntington College.
Hmm. How did this happen?
We then see that the entire so basically he's like, well, let's have some champagne. And she's like, I don't want to have champagne. I want to go tell Bart. So all the friend group go to the beach to have a campfire, but Wendy and Bart are discussing her not being able to go to the same school as them. Like she's not going to state school. She's going to Huntington College. She got accepted.
Hmm.
So then, anything about this?
Well, I think we didn't really touch on it. They all took these tests for scholarships. I don't know how this worked back in the day, but it kind of sounded like something like the SAT, but it was for scholarships instead. And her and Bart took it at the same time. And the dad was telling the guy that was like, "Oh no, I've got to go make this call and we can make it go where she can go to Huntington." Um, he was telling that guy that I don't really think her heart was in it.
Hmm.
So I don't know if she had tried her best or if she kind of didn't because she was trying not to go with all of her friends like they wanted to go to the same college. Um, but her and Bart took it together and the dad didn't think her heart was in it when she took the test to start with. So
No. Um,
I kind of took that at that point as maybe she sabotaged it so that way she wouldn't have to go to Huntington.
Maybe. But we also find out that like college is like starting like super soon.
Like 2 days.
Yeah. So then she ends up, without telling her parents, she ends up going to the college early with Bart instead of her parents. He's
Hmm.
he's gonna bring her to like say his goodbyes and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, we don't we can cover it if you want to, but there's a bunch of hijinks with like the boarding situation. Basically, they think that she's going to Mother Barlow's place.
She is.
Well, she's going to Mother Barlow's place, which is the same place that like the mother went to. But when the mother went there, it was super like strict and like no boys around. But now it's like a hijinks filled boarding house
And Mother
that boys are
Barlow
allowed.
is awesome.
Mother Barlow is like drinking and playing pool with the students. So
She
basically,
rides a
it's
motorcycle.
it's co-ed. Well, we don't know that yet, but
No, we do because um he called and talked to somebody on the phone and asked if Mother Barlow was there and he
if
said
there's no phone in her room.
she's out on a ride and he had referenced the motorcycle and she's not got back from the tables or something yet and he's like, "What?"
So Mr. McCready's nervous, so he flies out there. He just like flies on a whim to go check on her. Um, some hijinks filled scenes with Mother Barlow and Mr. McCready. So he insists on going through, but he's missed visiting hours and he can't call her because there's no phone in her room, and
Mhm.
he's shocked that it's a co-ed dorm, and he ends up getting thrown out. So he decides that he's going to climb up a ladder to confront his daughter, but he chooses the wrong room, and he chooses the room of like a frightened girl who pushes him off the ladder into a pool.
Yes. There's earning himself a peeping Tom charge and getting himself arrested.
Yes, the judge says, "Didn't you come a long way to be a peeping Tom?"
Yeah, and then says, "Well, this is a first." Normally I have parents coming to bail their children out, but I've never had the child come to bail their parents out.
It's true. But so she does come bail him out
Can you
and
imagine?
bailing out my parents?
Yes. Could you imagine? Which which one would you have to bail out if you had to bail one out?
Well, yeah. But whatever. As long
Keep
as,
diving the magic pod.
yeah.
Want to know?
So he finally gets a chance to talk to his daughter and Bart. Um, and Bart, in the kind of like a sad, tense scene, leaves for the evening. He just like says bye. And when
Mm,
I thought like he's just leaving for like the last time. Um, he just like takes off driving, and then Wendy and her father walk back so they can finally talk.
hmm
He tells her that, and he's like, I flew all the way out here that to tell you that you could only talk to this one guy at registration. You cannot talk to anybody else. And Wendy's like, that's kind of a weird situation. And he's like, you have to just talk to this one guy, right?
hmm
She's like, that's weird. Um, so then he returns home. Mr. McCready is in the grocery store after some weird run-ins with the next door neighbor, the next door neighbor's dog, whatever. So he runs into Stanley in the grocery store, who now works for the delivery service of the grocery store. Um, he's Stanley says that a lot of the friends went up to visit Wendy at school, and that she's taking a lot of art courses, much to his shock. Want to talk about that? Anything about that?
I mean, I feel like it kind of serves him right because
When there's no classes left. Homegirl got
yeah.
accepted 2 days before.
So he pushes her to go to this college, so she can marry off well, and make new friends and basically change her entire life. And then he finds out she's taking all these art classes, and he's like, "I'm paying for art classes? Art classes?"
Yeah. But we then find out when he gets back home that Wendy called and she's getting a ride home next weekend.
Mhm.
And she's getting a ride home by this law student guy because he's a senior that has a car.
Mhm.
And Mr. McCready is all excited about setting her up with a law student. Um, so
Yeah.
when it cuts to time when she should be there, Bart shows up looking for Wendy, but she's not there. And the father, Mr. McCready, lies that saying that she's not coming home. Right?
Well, he hasn't heard from her.
Yeah, he says that he hasn't heard from her. Basically, he uses like his like lawyerness to like lie without lying.
I'm not sure when she's due home. I haven't heard.
So then she arrives right afterwards with the law student guy. His name is Roger, which is a great name. He's a very impressive guy. Um, you want to talk about Roger and his impressiveness?
He's from Charleston. He has a very Charleston accent, and his father was a lawyer and is very old
He
school.
doesn't drink. He doesn't like to not wear a suit.
And this guy is pretty much going to be the spitting image of his father. And I don't know, I kind of honestly felt like he was too goody-goody for this family, but
Yo, what was that film?
his family is like
What
so
was that
about him.
film? Oh, The Happiest Millionaire. When
Mhm.
like she goes and marries like the snooty dude, and then he's out boxing alligators, and
He wasn't the snooty dude.
his mother
His
was.
mom was. He wasn't. He was
Yeah.
down to earth.
Whatever. But at the same time, while Mr. McCready is salivating over this lawyer dude, all of Wendy's friends show up, and they are like, this lawyer dude is in shock because they're not wearing suits, they're not nicely dressed, they're presented very not well, so he decides to leave.
Very not well. They just show up like they always show
Exactly. So
up.
to him, they're not. He mentions it, but we also learned that Stanley saw Bart on the way and told Bart that they were heading over there. So then Bart arrives, very upset. He's looking for Mr. McCready. He wants to go right into Mr. McCready. They have a conversation like a confrontation about Wendy. Um,
He
and
wants to know why he was lied to.
yeah, he want not only does he want to know why he was lied to, he wants to know why Mr. McCready lied to Wendy about the phony scholarship.
Yeah.
So he drops the bombshell that he knows about the phony scholarship.
hmm
But
The father's very confused about
not
this.
only is the father very confused, Wendy overhears the whole conversation.
Yeah.
And she is very upset at both of them. She says goodbye to both of them and she leaves. She's like,
Mhm.
fine, you paid for me to go to college. I will finish this semester at college. And she just leaves. She is irritated at both of them.
Yeah. But the father did ask, he's like, well, how would you know that it was a fake scholarship?
Don't
And
go
he
too
said,
far yet. We're not there yet.
yeah, we are.
When he admits it at the end, after the fight, not yet.
I thought he said it in that
Nope. He
room.
says it after they're all covered in
Oh,
paint.
never.
Yeah, not yet. Um, Hero
Sorry.
is
Sorry, I
It's like
can't.
watching The Sixth Sense with you over here. You're gonna spoil it all really early. Um, but then we learn that like some time has passed, and we learn that Wendy has not spoken to the father or to Bart in a long time, and they are worried. They've gone to visit. She's not there.
But it also seemed like they kind of bonded over this because they're now working together.
Yeah. So like they
They're
don't
both in the doghouse, so they're
they
working
they
together.
do not know where Wendy is. So then this client, the boss guy that's in a bunch of Disney films, that's still upset because basically he like there's like he said some things about the unions or he's money's wasn't for the unions and there's like strikes against this dude's like
Yeah.
shipping stuff.
Mhm.
He's a shipping tycoon. So there's like now he's like first off I was in the newspapers. Now I'm on TV. He's on every station and there's like people
They're
are
watching it.
people are picketing this dude. It's like
Mhm.
whatever his name is like science.
Yeah.
One of the guys picketing is the guy who ends up playing Kramer on Seinfeld. But so they turn on the TV to see the
Was that
doc.
his first film?
Actually, he wasn't credited, so it could very much be anybody else. Like I looked up on his and in the movie, and he wasn't credited. So maybe it wasn't him. I don't know. It looks just like him, but
Oh, it did. And it sounded like him, but I
yeah,
think you were correct.
yeah, maybe. Um, okay, so they turn the TV on to see the dock worker strike affecting the company.
Mhm.
But he also sees Wendy is participating in the counter movement and the strike, much to everyone's shock.
Mhm.
She's like with this one like leader dude
Mhm.
whose name we'll get to in a little bit.
He was like a artist hippie act
Yeah, and like
activist, I
he's
guess
just
you
like
could say.
targeting this dude. So then everyone is trying to figure out how to help Wendy. The mother goes early.
Mhm.
Bart and Mr. McCready uh, they like fight over it. They say it's a family problem. They're like they're not going to work together. But the family does meet to discuss. They meet in San Francisco, in one of the seafood restaurants there. I forgot what it's called.
Mhm.
Um,
The mother asked to speak to her alone first, though.
mhm. So Mrs. tells Mister to be kind to their daughter. Some
Mhm.
things have happened. I was like, some things have happened. Okay. Um, it's
Things have
it's
happened.
actually like not as big of a things have happened as I thought it was going to be.
What did you
Um,
think was gonna happen?
I mean, things that have happened have changed in the 50 years since this movie, but whatever.
Things have happened.
Um, so
Ah.
Dee finally talks to the daughter, and she admits that she's unfortunately engaged to Clutch, who was the counterculture leader guy from the TV, who is substantially older than she is.
Yeah.
Um, so
He kind of gave me scary Bob Ross vibes.
I mean, I think Bob Ross is scary anyway, but either way. So
Mhm.
So she's she talks about how she's engaged to this dude. She doesn't know how it happened, but it just happened. She got carried away. She got wrapped up in the counterculture, and she's married.
He gave her a
He
painting.
gave her a painting instead of a ring, and
Yeah.
he won't take it back.
Yeah, she tried to give it back and he wouldn't take
And
it.
it's like this giant painting.
Of weird stuff.
She attempts to explain herself, but she's scared. Because he keeps saying that if anything comes between them, something horrible will happen. So Mr. Recreaty's like, well, I'm gonna go confront this dude. I'm gonna take this engagement painting, but they can't fit the engagement painting in the taxi because it's so big. So he has to hold out the window. It ends up falling. Gets run over by like a city tram, cable car. But at the same time, Bart is watching because he also went there and he's watching discreetly to see what's going on.
Mhm.
He drops the penny out the window. There's some hijinks, like I said. Um, he has to like go to like this like counterculture commune that's like on like the boat. What are
Mhm.
they called? Houseboats.
Yes.
Houseboats. There are a bunch of houseboats, like a whole commune. He has to like walk through like all these painted things that to go like past all these scary looking people.
And everybody's just kind of staring at him.
Yep, it's like a sketchy situation with a bunch of sketchy people. Bart offers to help, but Mr. McCready turns it down. It's a family situation. So then he goes in and he has a very intense confrontation with Clutch. Clutch pulls a gun at him and shoots the gun, but it's just full of paint. So they end up getting covered in paint. Remember that scene? I think it was like when they were trying to get speaking of uh the heck is his name? The main character in this film, the kid, the heartthrob I was talking about.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell. When in the previous film, when they're trying to get Kurt Russell when he has the computer that wears tennis shoes to like the away from Arno to like the quiz show and there was so much paint in that one too. Kind of like this. Like, they get covered in paint.
Yeah.
There's a
Must be a Disney go-to.
big paint filled fight. But it ends up turning into like a real fight, like a fist fight, a bunch of hijinks, a bunch of paint. But basically Clutch is coming for Mr. McCready. Bart
Mhm.
ends up coming to the rescue and knocking Clutch into a fish boat. Um,
Mhm.
to a rousing applause from literally everybody. Like, even like the people, like his like supporter guys, like there was everybody was applauding.
Maybe they think they've got a new leader now.
Maybe. So then Bart walks away from Mr. McCready. Then Mr. McCready's like, "How did you know? How did you know about the fake um acceptance, the fake whatever it's called,
I
scholarship?"
I think he knew.
He says it. He says it right here. How did you know?
No, I think he knew though. I think he just wanted to hear it.
And he says the reason he knew was because the acceptance letters came out a long time ago because
Yeah, 2 weeks after we took the
Bart actually got accepted to Huntington
yeah,
College
2 weeks after you take the scholarship test.
and he turned it down because he wasn't sure if Wendy was going to be able to make it and he wanted to stay with Wendy, which makes McCready feel awful and he realizes that the love that this guy actually has for his daughter.
Hmm.
So then it cuts to the next scene and we see Wendy is preparing for her wedding to Clutch. Just kidding. Her wedding to Bart.
Yeah, 'cause she's
Um,
engaged.
um, so she's preparing for her wedding, and she has a great conversation with her father. But on the way there, they get into an accident. They get stuck in traffic. So at the perfect time, though, Stanley comes by, and they cram into Stanley's.
They
Uh,
hit Stanley.
no.
Yes, they rear-ended the car that Stanley was
Oh,
in,
okay. Well, then
and
yes.
then ruined their car. And then Stanley was already dressed up because he was in the wedding,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, I can take you." And then the father's like, "Okay." And he's like, "But you'll have to sit in the back." And he's like, "Why?" Well, because Roly Poly would eat all the stuff in the back.
That's a really good point. Time out. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but like they're super late for this wedding because of
Mhm.
like the traffic and the accident and everything.
And
So was
he's,
Stanley just going to be super late for the wedding that he was in?
I guess, because he was standing there with a gas can. He was putting gas in the vehicle, and he was asking, "Well, why were you driving so fast?" Well, because we were late.
Stanley?
But there was also traffic. So there was a bunch of traffic, and maybe Stanley was the one that caused the traffic because he ran out of gas.
Uh,
Or maybe he ran out of gas like you.
But either way, so
Side of the road
Stanley
because he waited till the last minute.
Stanley ends up giving them a ride like old fashioned times. The father has to sit in the back with all the onions, so he kind of smells bad.
It was onions, garlic, I don't know.
Um, but then you get to the church and everybody is stressed out. Everyone is stressed out. The
Especially the
the
priest.
priest is ready to like give up the spot. And then Mother Barlow just shows up on her motorcycle because of course she does. But they do arrive very late. The priest is very stressed. Uh,
But when she pulls up on her motorcycle and gets out and puts her helmet on the back, she walks around and she walks by the guy that Mr. McCready
Yeah.
was representing, and she's like, "I've seen you somewhere, Sonny."
No, no, no. Oh, maybe she's talking about that. I thought.
She did, and she was talking about
See, I actually thought.
the guy, the professor guy, and he was like, "Oh God."
No, I actually thought because earlier. So you're talking about how she saw him like on the TV during like
Hmm.
the. No, so I want to.
Or the
I
paper.
went
She's
a.
seen him on one of the things because she said, "I've seen you somewhere,
I
Sonny. I've seen your face somewhere,
I went
Sonny."
a different route with this.
What did you think?
Because earlier when Mr. McCready flew out to like see Wendy
Yeah.
and Mother Barlow just like is like, "Oh, you used to come here because you dated such and such girl.
No.
I never forget a face." That's what she said.
Yeah.
But as we know is that the attorney dude or the dude was anti-union and the attorney dude were talking to each other and the attorney dude also went to that college. So I thought that she remembered that dude just like the other thing.
She may have.
Because she remember.
I took it as because he made a big deal at the beginning of the movie when he first ended up on the front of the paper. You guys said that nobody would see me, and I'm on the front
Oh,
page.
well,
And then he said,
either
"I'm on the TV,"
either
and
one's funny.
that's why I took it that way.
So Mother Barlow comes. She ends up helping him get out of
But
the
she's
set,
pretty funny.
getting out of like
She's a firecracker.
the 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 door stuck with the truck,
And
and
then she
then
hits it with her umbrella
they end up having a wonderful talk while they're walking down the aisle.
about how bad he stinks.
Oh, not only that, but about like their life and friends and the future
And
and
I wanted
and
this to
how
be
far
perfect
everything
for
to
you.
come. And that's it. That's the end of our film.
But
Happily ever
he
after.
said, "I'm sorry. I just wanted this to be perfect for you, and I wanted it to be beautiful." And she just kept saying, "It is beautiful and it is perfect because Bart's here and he loves me, and you and Mom are here and you love me, and all of my old friends are here. It is perfect."
That was it.
And then he just smiled and he said, "It is." So I think he finally realized that this is actually the life she should have
I mean, and
instead of the life he was trying to create.
and she was with that dude since the dream when she was a child. So, but yeah, that's the film.
Creepy.
That's the
The
film.
creepy child.
It was fun. It was
Daddy,
enjoyable.
can I have a party?
Speaking of parties, what did you rate this film
I rated it a 6 out of 10.
in IMDb?
5.1 out of 10.
Ooh, that's low. And that is the reason why it wasn't on Disney Plus right there, written all over that. IMDb's rated a 5.1. I thought it was enjoyable. It was fun.
I was enjoyable. I mean,
Bob Crane's character was the best. I thought he was great.
it kind of gave me nostalgic vibes of some like later Disney films that like we grew up to, like some of the hijinks with the parents and the kids, and I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to, but it did.
Yeah. So then, does it make it onto your list upon a star
It does not
with
make
your
it.
solid 6 rating over 5.1?
No.
So then, what is your list upon a star for the
So
last film of 1973?
my list upon a star is 101 Dalmatians, The Parent Trap, Sleeping Beauty, Dumbo, Napoleon and Samantha, The Snowball Express, The Jungle Book, The Aristocats, Lady and the Tramp, and Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, so this was fun. It also does not make my list upon a star. It was enjoyable. If you can find it, watch it. Um, it was
Prime,
it was good.
if you have any prime points.
But my list upon a star, my prime list upon a star is 101 Dalmatians, Mary Poppins, Peter Pan, Robin Hood, which we recently watched, Alice in Wonderland, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Babes in Toyland, Napoleon and Samantha, The Aristocats, Pinocchio at number 10. We will put that right here for those wanting to watch it all. But yeah, so we finished the year 1973.
We did.
Thank you all for watching. We are on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Deep Dive into Magic. We are also on email at deepdiveinthemagicpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. If
Um,
you had to bail out one of your parents, who would it be? Let us know.
and also, thank you all for spreading the word. Thank you for everything. But our next film, we are floating over to the year 1974. Pretty big gap though, because the first film of 1974 didn't come out until June.
Hmm.
And that's the first film of 1974 is Deep Dive number 114. It is a not a remake, I'm sorry, a sequel, and it is Herbie Rides Again. We're going back to Love Bug country with a film with nobody from Love Bug in it. But either way, we will cross that bridge
Spoilers.
next time for the first film of 1974, which is film number 114 for Herbie Rides Again. Thank you for watching Super Dad with us, and we'll see you in 1974.
Thanks for deep diving the magic.
Bye.
Bye.